everyone, blah, 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 blah. Uh, I'm live. I'm a live wire, cause I'm a live wire. Come on, baby. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. I hate that fucking thing. I gotta plug it in. Yeah, my buddy Bobby, Psycho King, he got off drugs and his mom died, Mama Monroe. And ever since he got off the dope and everything, people don't. You find when you get off drugs, people stop coming around. It's not personal, it's just they're chasing that monkey. Got that monkey on their back and they're chasing dope. I can't read who that is. Roger. How you doing, Roger? Many blessings to you. I'm just doing a quick live. I haven't done a live on this channel yet. And I'm heading over to my homie Bobby's house. He got himself clean and he don't do much anymore and people don't come around. I told him it's not personal, it's just, people technology. People are chasing dope and they don't. That's what you find. You quit doing dope. A lot of those people you used to do drugs with, they weren't really your friends. They're just around because they didn't have something. They figured you might. And man, I hate technology and it hates me. I'll go in the store checking out and stuff and damn cash register quit working. They'll be like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's me. It's not your fault. They hate me. That thing my son got my daughter, it's an Alexa. Yeah, Alexa. And it hates me. My wife will get up in the morning and ask if she's got any messages, any notes and stuff, and it'll tell my wife what the temperature is outside. And my wife says, play me a song, and it'll play some real nice song for my wife. And then I tell it, play me a song, Alexa, and it plays 50 Cent, Many Men Wish Death on Me. And one day I was taking a nap. Screw this thing. I'll use Bobby's charger when I get there. I was taking a nap in that old song September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Or Casey and the Sunshine Band. No, I think it's Earth, Wind and Fire. Comes on. And I'm like, okay, that's a good song. And I'm the only one in the house. And it keeps playing that song over and over. And I keep saying, Alexa, go to sleep. Alexa, shut up. And it kept playing that song. So I just got up and unplugged it and got all the power out of it. Because if I break it, my wife will get pissed. I argue with my cell phones. We were driving back from South Dakota, went up, seen my son Josh, and having a good conversation with Amy. And out of nowhere, my phone says, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said or something. And I'm like, I ain't talking to you. Dipping in my conversations and shit. And I know it listens to me because you'll be talking about something and then you start getting commercials for that and ads and technology. But there's some bad stuff in wanting to be part of the crowd or long gone. Dolly one time took a comment down because she loves me and she's a good friend, and I said, no, don't do that. I can't say I'm for freedom of speech and then censor somebody else, you know. A lot of people think I'm an asshole, but I might not like what people say, but they still got the right to say whatever they want to say. Let me see. I can take these glasses off so I can see. Bright light, bright light. How you been, Richard? It's good seeing you. I saw Big Mitch did a live on his birthday. I sure miss his lives, man. Anybody's never seen Mitch Smiley on the channel called Hard Intentions, check him out. He's definitely a real one. There's not enough good things I could say about Mitch Smiley. He's the real deal. And the man's a big man. I mean, he could do some damage, but he's very humble. I never liked those big guys that throw their weight around and shit, thinking because they're big they can just act any way they want. I don't like motherfuckers like that. Mitch Smiley's good people, though. So is Miss Smiley. I miss those lives, man. Used to be. That's what I watch Crusted too, because Crusted's always positive. Dolly's always positive. Mitch lit a fire under my ass. I love Mitch. He's a good man. That's good. I'm glad you're doing good, Richard. My health's taking a nosedive. I had that bilateral pulmonary embolism. Went in to take a piss, man, and could not get no air. None. And I just wanted to make it into Amy and look her in the eyes and let her know I loved her. And I didn't even know if I could make it into the living room. And I went into the living room, knelt down in front of her, and as soon as I looked at her, she was all over 911. She knew something was very wrong. They managed to get 20% of that blood clot that was blocking everything out. Or it got all but 20%. And it was enough to keep me alive, but the problem is I already had the emphysema, and then the heart was damaged because it was working so hard to keep me alive. Prognosis is 5 years, they said. So, I don't know. I look at it like I'll go whenever the good Lord decides it's my time. And whenever it's my time, it's my time. I had my 58th birthday a few days ago, and I never thought I'd live past 30, much less make it to 58. God's been more merciful with me than I ever deserved, and that is a fact. Very merciful with me. Gave me a lot of things, a lot of blessings in my life. It's been a bumpy ride too, but most of those bumps was of my own doing, you know. Bad decisions got consequences. How's it go? Don't blame somebody for the road you're on. That's your own asphalt. Hey, Actions, what's up? How you doing, bro? Good seeing you. Yeah, I didn't know if I could do a live or not. They took down my other channel, the Censor Police. I knew it was going to happen every time I'd start talking the truth about these politicians, man. I'd get a strike here and strike there. I should have kept my big mouth shut. Me and my brother, we got in a big argument over that too. He said, well, there's a law Congress made that they can do that. And I said, yeah, I know there's a law. I sit there and watch it. Why do you think Congress made that a law? So they can control the narrative. They got master's degrees. Everything I said was going on turned out I was right. And I'm just a derelict convict brother, you know, a convicted felon. And at first I was thinking, man, a college education don't get you what it used to. But I don't think that's it. I've been in prison. I've seen guards know something's going to happen and turn a blind eye. I've seen them shake down cells and take shanks from one gang and give it to another. And I know that the guys with the white hats are not always the good guys. My brothers, they like to believe that the good guys are really good guys. Some of them are, but there's a lot of corruption in the system too, but that's all I'm going to say about it, because when they took my first channel down, and it was a gut punch for me. It took a lot of my peace away from me. I was thinking, well, when you're gone, that channel will be there. Maybe you'll help some young person not be a dumbass like you were and waste their whole life being angry about shit that happened when they were a kid. They took that down. They took 3 years of my life away from me, and something I was trying to give back. So I can't get that back. I ain't got the lawyers to fight companies like that. It's messed up, but ain't nothing fair about this world, that's for sure. Just gotta take it. I'm thinking about seeing if they got any programs that you can, like, go and talk to younger people and tell them how bad you screwed up, and hopefully they listen. I figure if you can get just one person to hear what you're saying and take a different route, then my fucked up life would be worth something good, you know? It's the whole reason I did my first channel, and then my second one I did just because I really got to caring about and being friends with a lot of people I met on YouTube. And it's a way to stay in touch with them, and met some really good people. Too many to name all of them. And I just watch the positive channels. I don't do drama. I don't do all that. I can't stand drama. I seen one gal. There's this guy. I don't know his name. He must be a pretty big YouTuber. He's like deformed looking, like real little guy, and he looks like he's maybe got fetal alcohol syndrome or some birth defects or something. He don't look right. And this gal has a channel, and her whole channel was acting like she cared about him to get him to think that she was his girlfriend, just to break up with him and tell him that it was all a joke and hurt him. I mean, who the fuck would do something like that? I mean, that's a trifling, evil little fucking bitch does some shit like that just to hurt the guy. And surprisingly, there's a bunch of people that watch her channel and think it's cool. I don't think that shit's cool at all. I think it's weak. Trying to make yourself look better by hurting somebody else, that's weakness. What's she gonna do? That guy, I'm sure he's been fucked with his whole life. What's he gonna do? He unalives himself or something. You gotta live. I mean, why are you gonna hurt somebody for no reason? And I guess she ain't got nothing to offer the world. That's her whole channel. That's what it consists of, is setting him up to let him down. That's just evil, man. That's fucked up. Guy ain't hurting nobody. He he don't look right, you know, and I don't know. I don't look so much at the outer beauty, it's what's inside. That inner beauty's the only beauty that can get better looking as the years go by. These bitches think because they look real good that they got it made. Well, someday, if you're lucky enough to live long enough, you're going to get old and ugly like I am. And, well, maybe not that ugly, but that beauty's going to fade. And then you're going to be left with ugly on the inside and ugly on the outside. Just all ugly. I used to clean up pretty good. You'll never take me alive, copper. Speaking of corruption, when I was on the heroin and the pills and shit still, before I got off the dope, from downtown all the way up to Goodfellow, call old boy up, he'd have you meet him 1 block off the highway on one of those exits, and this is broad daylight, there'd always be 40, 50 vehicles in a line. Here come the Lincoln Navigator, got a motherfucker with automatic weapon, another guy handing heroin buttons out, taking money, and another guy driving. Broad daylight. Police never intercept none of that. Motherfuckers are getting paid off. Somebody getting paid off. You don't cruise around and do a drive-through right off the highway towards downtown, broad daylight with an automatic weapon, and not get harassed unless somebody's paid off. That's what I mean. The ones that are supposed to be the good guys, they're not always the good guys, and I'm well aware of that. So that's why I guess I can see through the bullshit that they try to spin. Because I've been in the system, I know. There's good and bad and everything. I'm not going to get into the politics, though. You want to know how I feel about politics? Look up the song called The Snake by Eric Church. It's exactly how I feel about it. It says rattlesnake, copperhead, either one will kill you dead. We stay hungry, they get fed, and they don't pass the plate around. Lie by lie, cheat by cheat. Venom in those smiling teeth. They just run them forked tongues, and the whole world's burning down. It's all about money and power. That's all it is. Didn't used to be that way, but the thing that really gets me mad about all of it is the way most Americans let them play them. You know, getting Americans to go at each other. Instead of holding them accountable, everybody's attacking each other. It's the oldest trick in the world. People in power have always done that. You do not want the people unified. Because if they're unified, they might be paying attention to you instead of going at each other. Did the same thing in prison. Right lane closed. Boy, they make sure you see that sign. Hear that thing going, went, 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 went. You guys know who Red Fox is off Sanford and Son? It's hard for me to read this. Freestyle Rocky. Rocky Strong in here? That's a good man right there too. Rocky, he interviewed me on his channel, and it was like talking to an old friend. I feel real comfortable talking to Rocky. It's my kind of people. He's got some little trolls fucking with him too. That's just a bitch ass move, man. Where I grew up, A man didn't argue with a man over the phone, or it was just seen as weakness. If you had something to say to a man, you said it to his face. You didn't talk shit over the phone. You didn't talk shit behind his back. The neighborhood I grew up in, where I'm going right now, it's just seen as weak. And to hide behind a keyboard and fuck with somebody is just, I don't know, to me it's cowardly. Rocky, man, he's being smart. Motherfucker up every fucking day working out and shit. I wish I'd have took better care of myself. I like to tell myself if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have took better care of myself. But I don't bullshit myself. I'm not going to start now. That's for damn sure. I probably would have done the same stupid ass shit I did. I'm hard-headed. I'm very book smart, believe it or not. Very book smart. But when it comes to common sense, the good Lord didn't give me none. I'll run into a tree and be like, damn, that fucking hurts, and then run right back into it. And I think common sense will take you farther in this world than book smarts will. If you don't have common sense, you're in for one hell of a bumpy ride, man. I had to punch it there so that truck could get over, but the guy behind me cut him off. Jeez Louise. I'll tell you what, man, ever since that shot, it seems like people had just lost their fucking minds. I was gonna get the shot because I got respiratory problems, but Biden come on TV and said he was gonna mandate it. I'm like, mandate. Is he saying he's gonna make me? So I canceled the appointment. Me, Nate, and Amy, I guess Nate got it at the bar or something out hoeing, but me, Nate, and Amy had it one time, and we have not had it since, and none of us got the shot. I was going to. It's a good thing I'm so anti-authoritarian, because once he said he was going to mandate it, I was like, well, now I ain't getting it, motherfucker. It knocked me on my ass, though, when I got it. I was sick enough, I did a video for each one of my kids on my other channel. Just to let them know, say what needed to be said. But I only got it once. I know people got the shot, all the boosters, everything, and they were still getting it. And one of those a bunch of congressional hearings, they said more people have died from the shot than the actual COVID, because they're getting blood clots and all kinds of stuff. It's the first thing they asked me when I had that blood clot, did I get the shot? Well, first thing, they didn't ask me shit till they saved my life. I was in between twice. I crashed out a few days after that. They had to try to stabilize me. I was in between, that's for sure. It was funny. What brought me out of it, this woman come in and she was taking my blood pressure, this nurse, but she shook my hand. She introduced herself, and I said, damn. She said, what? I said, you are strong. I mean, she had a hand grip on her that was just severe. I go, you are strong. And she goes, well, I power lift. And I said, well, that explains it. And she's cool as hell. And we were talking, and then I just started crashing. And they're calling my doctor, and they're trying to stabilize me. And this bitch come in with this hood attitude. She goes, I need to take his blood pressure. And they said, he is crashing. We're trying to stabilize him. And I was feeling all kinds of weird. I seen two people in that room that nobody else could see. I mean, I was in between. And she goes, fine, you do it. And she pushed the blood pressure thing on wheels out into the hall. I sat on that bed. I said, bitch. I said, you think you can get hood and ghetto? I get more hood and ghetto than you ever dreamed of. You think you're having a bad day, you fucking bitch? And I guess getting mad ironed my blood pressure out. I don't know. But then the doctor got up there, and by the time he got there, you know, I was okay again, and he took my blood pressure, and he goes, "You call?" He looked at that nurse and goes, "You called me up here for this crap." After that, every time he come in, I wouldn't say a word. I just lift my middle finger up and look him dead in the eyes, like, "Fuck you, motherfucker." She said, "Why aren't you talking to your doctor?" I said, "Why talk to the motherfucker when he don't hear a thing I say?" I told him my left lung was hurting. "Oh, it's his chest." I finally got another doctor, I had fluids in my lung and pleurisy. Told that motherfucker, I said, "I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been beat to a pulp. I know what pain is. I know where the pain is coming from. I'm 58 years old, motherfucker. It's not my chest." They had to put me on pain meds. I didn't want them because I was recovering from them. They sent me home with some, and I threw more than half that bottle down the toilet. The opiates just scared the fuck out of me. It's the only thing I ever did in my entire life that, I mean, it had me. Every day, how much do I got? Where do I get more? It's a miserable fucking existence. Constantly running, trying to get dope so you can function. That ain't living. You're just a slave is what you are. I don't even dabble with that shit. I still smoke my pot from time. I don't smoke it. I take gummies. It hurts too much to smoke it. But yeah, the doctors got me on the pain pills, and I'm not blaming them because I was saying pump up the volume the whole time. How the song go? I used to do a little, but a little wouldn't do it. A little gets more and more. By the time I decided to get off of them, it was like, if all I could get was them shitty Vicodin 500 milligrams, I'd wake up in the morning and take 7 of them and put them in my mouth and chew them up. Out in Arizona, when I came back from Arizona, I was getting 2 80 milligram Oxycontin 12-hour time release, and then they were giving me every 4 hours 2 perk 10s every 4 hours for breakthrough pain, plus what I was getting on the side. When I come back here and the feds had started cracking down on all them doctors, and he said, "You're in pain, no doubt. They shouldn't be giving you this much, though. I don't want to give you nothing. I'm afraid you'll get addicted." I said, "They've been giving it to me for 15 years. Ain't it a little late to worry about that, motherfucker?" And them withdrawals, man. The third day, I screamed most of the day. It was bad. Because I graduated up to that heroin. But I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky that I think the human body can, your liver and shit, it filters out like 8 Tylenol a day. And that's what almost all them pain meds are cut with. When you can eat 50 to 60 Vicodin in one day like it's nothing. I'm lucky I didn't ruin my kidneys and liver. And the only reason I got off of them is because I painted myself in a corner mentally. Me and Amy met for lunch one day, and we were going back to work, and she said, "I love you," and I said, "I love you too." And when she went out the door, It's like, how can you say you love her and you're spending thousands of dollars a month on dope? So I did what junkies do. For 3 days, my main focus was how I could say I loved her and keep doing dope. And I couldn't come up with nothing, man. Nothing that I knew wasn't bullshit, anyways. So then I did what junkies do. I said, well, I'll quit for 6 months. I'll prove I love her, and then I'll go back to it. And I quit for 6 months, and after 6 months, we had paid the house off. Bought the first brand new car off the lot we ever bought in our lives. I got my bike, and no, I didn't get the bike yet whenever I quit, but I seen her going to work all proud, her chin up in the air, happy. I said, man, you go back to that shit, you're gonna break her fucking heart. And that's why I didn't go back to it. I ain't gonna say I don't miss it. That was my numbness, man. I just stayed numb. I didn't feel nothing emotionally or physically. But if I go back to it, it will hurt her. It's my wife's turn to be happy. So I'll take the pain as long as I can. Someday they say, hey, Mark, you're terminal, you got a month or so left, whatever. Then it don't even fucking matter. I had that voice in my head saying, man, you're dead anyways, motherfucker. You know, you got all this anxiety and all this hurt on your heart. You might as well just start taking them pills again. You're dying anyways. And then I was like, I know this voice. And every time I listen to this voice, it don't go good. I'll fucking listen to you get strung out again and live another fucking 20 years. Nah, I'll take my pain. I earned it. And it sucks, man. Thinking of 20 years, all the money I spent on dope. You know, I never ripped no friends off or nothing. I caught myself one day. I said, well, I didn't rip nobody off. And then I got thinking about it. I'm like, you lying motherfucker. The whole time you were doing that shit, that's money that could have went to your family to get them nice things. You were ripping your own family. And I gotta live with that. But I don't push it off on somebody else and blame other people, because I'm the one that chose to do it. And that, to me, that's what honor is. We all make mistakes, all of us. But honor is owning it, carrying the weight, and not pushing it off on somebody else, blaming somebody else for something that you chose to do. It's like the abuse I went through as a child. I can't blame that on my dad and my stepmom, what I made out of my life. I was out of their house. My mom yanked me out of there at 15, 16 years old because my brother Kenny was spitting blood. He had 2 bleeding ulcers from the stress in that house. I can't blame them for the way my life turned out, because I'm the one that chose to deal with it the way that I dealt with it, by getting violent and angry at the world and staying high and drunk all the time. I can't blame them for that. I can blame them for the hurt that I have on my heart that I will to the day I die. There ain't no magic bullet for that kind of shit. There ain't no psychiatrist gonna make it go away. There ain't no pill gonna make it go away. The best you can do is try not to live there. Try not to look in the rearview mirror and look in the past. Try to just keep looking at the things that you got to be thankful for today and the good things coming tomorrow. Because every time I go back there in my mind, it's going to hurt. And there's no magic fix for that other than amnesia or God. No matter how many times you sit in a psychiatrist's office, that's still going to hurt when you think about it. So the trick is, don't live there. But I wish I knew then what I know now. Because I just continued to be a victim. Except for instead of them hurting me, it was me hurting myself. A survivor deals with it positively, and the best way you can get back at them is succeed in life despite what they did to you. That's how you become a survivor. That's how you show them that they did not break you. But when we're kids, mine works a little different. But I stayed violent and high and drunk a lot longer than I was a kid, that's for damn sure. But that's alright. It's all behind me. Like my back pain. I need a backiotomy. I'm not paying attention. I can't hardly see. Actions, you're doing well. I love Actions. Actions is good people. It's good people. He down the town he's living in now. I got the shit beat out of me at a bar there. It's called Fatso's, Arlington, Texas. It's when they opened up that new baseball stadium in Arlington back in the day. My cousin was long distance dating some guy down there, and she asked if I go down with her. I went to jail in Missouri, Texas, and Oklahoma in one fucking weekend. She called my dad trying to get my dad to bail me out Oklahoma. She said my stepmom was in the background yelling, "What's he trying to do? Go to jail in every state in the country?" You know, some people collect shot glasses. Some people collect spoons. In that Oklahoma jail, I swear it had a dirt floor. You mind if I get a picture of your back to show to the missus? I said, I don't care. Yeah, one of them old, the one you push the button and that film comes out and it dries and you can see the picture. I hadn't been out of prison very long at all on that trip. They called my cousin a whore, man. And there was a few of them, and the bouncers was just big, fat dudes, huge dudes. Like on that movie Porky's. I knew I was going to get my ass whooped. I knew I was. But it was a matter of family honor, man. The bouncers, man, they bounced me off of everything up in that fucking bar. They don't fuck around down there in Texas, man. They do not fuck around at all. I go through there going out to see my daughter in Arizona. But I go right through the top of Texas there, and I do the speed limit. Fuck that. Cops don't fuck around down there neither. Stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Going over to see Bobby. He was there that night. If you look up the Gates of Hell, Collinsville, Illinois, it's this place. There's all these legends and shit out there. It's just a bunch of train trestles that you go through. And we'd go out there on the back roads partying with our girlfriends, you know. That's where I got hit by that 69 Camaro that night. He was damn near a quarter of a mile down, and that car was hot. Blub, 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 blub. I was up banging this gal up on the tracks on the trestle, and I heard Bobby yelling and some other dude yelling. I got up, pulled my pants up, went running down the hill, and come out from the trees, and Bobby's arguing with these dudes in this Camaro. Well, I come running out saying, "Come on, motherfuckers," and they turned around and went down the road, and then he spun that car around and he was just brake torquing it. Smoke rolling off them tires. And he let off that brake, man, and I heard that engine all the way there. He did not let off that gas. And Bobby kept saying, "Get out of the road." I said, "He's going to swerve. Get out of the road." He did not swerve. That motherfucker hit me solid. I went flying up in the air. Just the whole world spinning. The car went underneath me, and I landed flat on my back on the asphalt. Next thing I know, Bobby's looking down. I see the sky, and then I see Bobby looking down. He's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And I jumped up. I said, "Fuck no, I ain't okay. I just got hit by a car." And we tried to run this car down, and we were in the work van, 3/4-ton van, loaded down. We couldn't cut that car on the straightaway. It was hot. And after we realized, our dumbasses realized we ain't gonna catch these guys. Fucking, I got the flashlight, man. I did not have one cut, one bruise, not one mark on my entire fucking body. My buddy Bobby, he's not religious, and even he said, "That's a fucking miracle, dude. It should have shattered my leg. I mean, it should have fucked me up." And I just know in that car, they were saying, "Swerve," and he was saying, "He's gonna move." He hit me square. My feet were planted, and then the world went spinning. Bobby said I went fucking 12, 15 feet up in the air, but not a bruise or a mark. And you know how the next day after a fight, you start feeling everything? Even the next day. There's no logical explanation for that. Not even a cut, bruise, nothing. It wasn't my time. I don't got no explanation for that. I had Bobby on video, we were talking about it, but my channel got taken down. Had a lot of videos on there I can't get back. My mom's friend Dory talking about the time the police had us at gunpoint in my mom's front yard for over a half hour till my mom got there. I come walking out that house, I said, "What the fuck's going on out here?" And they're clearing holsters on me and shit. And then Dory come out, they had her get down on the ground, and she goes, "I work here." And they go, "Sure you do." That was funny as fuck. Yeah, I've had some pretty comical experiences, that's for sure. I've learned a lot, though. I've learned a lot. My son Seth said, "Dad, you taught us what not to do." I taught him a hell of a lot more than that. I taught him that a man and a woman can love each other and be good to each other and be dedicated and loyal to each other. I think that's the best thing a father can do besides teach their kids about God is it's how you treat their mother. Because how you treat their mother, it shows your sons how they should treat a woman. And it shows your daughter how a man should treat her. I didn't used to be too good with women. And then I had a daughter. I didn't have a good teacher on how to treat a woman. I had to teach myself. But when I had my daughter, for me, I don't know about other people, but for me, it made me realize that every woman is somebody's little girl. And it's like, would I want my daughter treated like this? And if the answer is no, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. It just made me look at women totally different, having a daughter. I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm almost to Bobby's. Man, Richard, it's sure good seeing you, bro. Uh, I don't get on a whole lot anymore, but I always respected you. I sure do miss Mitch's live, man. I used to look forward to those. I got to meet Whack Deuce in real life. He broke down on the Kansas border. I went and snatched him and his daughter up and then took them down to Arkansas. It was an honor meeting Whack Deuce. And what he's doing, taking care of them daughters of his the right way, that impresses me even more than what he did in prison, man. Anybody can be a gangster, but the real badass is the guy that gets up every day and goes to work and does these shitty jobs so he can take care of his family. That's the real badass. Any idiot can sling a pistol around or get in a fight. It takes a tough guy to go to work every day and take care of yours. Well, I'm going to hop off here, you guys. Much love to all of you, and thanks for stopping in. I need to pay attention to what people are saying while I'm doing a live, but I'm driving too, and it's hard for me to read. But I love all of you, man. Nothing but respect. If I can figure out how to get out of here, it's been so long since I've done a live. Peace out, people.